Hey guys, Coach Annalie
and Fran.
We're here with 2 plates.
One goal.
Today we're going to be doing a coastal salmon.
Lemon broccolini and then an herb sweet potato.
Or you're going to do a coastal tofu. So let's get started. Here are the ingredients you need for today's 2-plate, 1 goal recipe. Alright, so sweet potatoes are hard to cut. We took the easy route. Your friend at Target, right in the frozen section.
You can probably get this at any grocery store in the frozen section. Most of them have sweet potatoes. They might not be cubed, they might be rounds or something, but it'll all work.
It'll all work. Alright, so we are going to start with our seasoning. We need a teaspoon of garlic powder. Boom. We need where am I? Onion powder, a teaspoon of onion powder. Smells good. A teaspoon of oregano. A little extra oregano because I love oregano. Then we're going to do half a teaspoon of paprika, thyme, and salt. Now, using the smoked paprika to give a little bit smoky flavor. That's going to go with our fish because our fish has a little bit, the seasoning has a little bit smoky flavor. And we're just going to get some salt over here. Whoops. Oh well.
If you saw the last video, you know how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't have people. Nobody's giving us people. So, we're just going to mix this up.
Oh, it smells so good.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah, open the potatoes. We're preheating the oven at 425. We're going to put 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Remember, this is a healthy fat. Plop it in there. Plop it in there.
Your healthy fats are usually in liquid form. Things like sticks of butter and whatnot that are more solid aren't necessarily on that side of the healthy fats. It's more saturated.
All right, then we're gonna sprinkle this on. You mix it, I'll sprinkle, that's okay.
So good.
Oh, it smells so good, guys. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum.
So you can spice it to your desire. For the bag of potatoes that we got, it puts a lot of herbs on there. If you don't want as much, then don't add as much or add more sweet potatoes, and then it kind of thins it up. But we like ours with lots of flavors, so put a lot on there. I'm just putting them in one at a time.
All right, get them nice and flat.
Spread them out. You don't want them stacked on top of each other. The ones on the bottom don't really get cooked.
See how beautiful? Ooh. Oh, and they smell delish, guys. So we're gonna set that timer for about 20 minutes. So that's part 1 done. Again, we don't have people, and we have to do dishes. Now that we have our potatoes in, now we're gonna focus on our 2 proteins, right? So first, I have the salmon. I just got this at Fresh Time.
And I've got tofu again today. So we're doing the tofu a little bit different than we did last time. Last time we did cubes and we put it in the oven. Today we're making these fillets. So it's not going to taste like salmon, but it's going to taste like its own little kind of seafoody flavor. Don't think of it like fishy. Think of it like you would get like a high-end like fish dish somewhere. You know, lemon, capers, herbs, fresh herbs, stuff like that. That's kind of what we're going to mimic with our tofu today.
And I'm starting with the salmon. I'm first going to brush on some lemon olive oil. This stuff is incredible. So, one of my favorites. So with that, you guys probably saw the teaser. We went to, Fran and I did a field trip. We like field trips. Yes. We went to the Spice and Tea Exchange in Rochester. So we have the Northwest Salmon Rub. So that's what I'm going to season my salmon with. I'll start to brush it.
So she's using the salmon rub on the salmon. I did the tofu a little bit different so that if you have like a multi-family household where you have some vegans or you have vegetarians or just someone who wants to try the tofu, you can still use that whole seasoning packet for salmon on its own, so then you don't have to worry about splitting it between the two. So this is kind of on its own and that's kind of on its own for the seasonings for this one.
Okay, so I season this up nice and good. I got this salmon without skin on this time. You can do either way, it doesn't matter.
And then for the tofu, I've got in here a mixture of agave, capers, that lovely lemon olive oil, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of thyme, a little salt, and then I'm going to take a spoonful from this packet. This is going to be the Coastal blend. This is the one that you'll use a little bit later, and we'll show you how to do that. But I'm going to take just a little bit of a scoop of this to add to my tofu marinade.
Yum.
A little cheap.
I'm just going to set this aside because your tofu will take longer to cook. Get that going.
Put this right on the tofu. I didn't measure anything specifically because we're going to use this same sauce after it cooks in the oven, so you might have to make more anyways. So I just kind of did it by eye. I want at least a third of it to be agave, and then I would say the rest of it can be olive oil, lemon juice if you don't have lemon infused olive oil, and then the seasonings. So I would do a third of this, probably 2/3 oil, or like mostly oil, and then a squeeze of the lemon and the lemon juice, so that way you get that lemon flavor. And then I just kind of do like 4 dashes of seasonings, 4 dashes of garlic powder, 4 dashes of thyme, a good old scoop of salt on there because I like my salt, and then I just kind of go from there. So we'll just coat this evenly. That way we can put it in the oven or the air fryer. So since Annalie is using the oven for the potatoes, I'm actually going to put mine in the air fryer today, but I'm also going to include instructions for if you were to put it in the oven. It's always best to use convection for the tofu because it'll circulate the air. Tofu has a little bit of a harder time when it's just your regular ovens, but it'll still work. You just might have to cook it a little bit longer.
And we did use extra firm tofu for this.
Yeah, I did drain it as well to get as much of the liquid out as I could, so that'll also help make it cook faster. All right, ready to stick her in.
All right, let's move her over.
I'm excited.
So we have the air fryer preheated at 400.
Underneath it, yeah, maybe. Let's get a little bit in there. And then I'm not throwing my plate away because I'm going to want it to put the tofu back on. So again, we can marinate it after we're done frying it up.
Into the air fryer. And Fran, how many minutes do you want it?
If you have an air fryer that can get all the way up to 450, then I would do that. But most air fryers only get to 425. So at 425, I would cook it for about 15 minutes. If your air fryer only gets to 400, you might need somewhere between 15 and 20. Just because we also have it cut a little bit thicker. If you cut your steaks thinner, so if you cut it, instead of cutting it in half, if you cut it into thirds and give yourself a little bit different size steaks, it'll cook faster when it's cut thinner like that. Since our cuts are about 1/2 inch thick, it's going to take a little bit longer. So that's where that 15 to 20 minutes is.
Awesome. All right, why don't we move on to the sauce? This is going to be used for the salmon. You can also use this on the broccolini, and I'm sure Fran will go on the tofu. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just get another bowl, sorry.
If you're going vegan, obviously you're not using yogurt or sour cream. So vegan options for the cream would be non-flavored yogurt. You can get, I think Silk brand has a Greek style yogurt that you can get non-flavored, so it's not vanilla or anything, it's just the regular old plain. I think they have it, and I don't know about the coconut one. I can't remember the name of it right now, like So Delicious or something. I don't believe they have a Greek version, so that one's gonna be a little thinner and soupier, and it's gonna have a sweetness to it if you choose that yogurt. That's why I kind of use the Silk. It's almond based though, so if you're allergic to almonds, you kind of get shot there. There's also a brand of sour cream called Vile Life that I like Vile Life. They're free of the 9 major allergens, so I stick to that a lot. They have that at Meijer. I haven't really been able to find it anywhere else, so if you're doing that, you got to get it at Meijer. And then you can do what we're doing here.
Yeah, so I just have some opios, like 0 grams, but it's got protein, so we'll do a 1/4 cup of that. Again, this is going to make enough for 4 servings, guys. I like to use mason jars for sauces because it stores really nice. And then instead of full fat sour cream, I'm using the light sour cream. So we're going to do 3/4 of a cup of that. This gives it that nice, fresh, coastal feeling, light and airy. And then all I'm going to mix in here, guys, is I'm going to put 4 teaspoons. I squeezed some fresh lemon juice. So we have that here. I'm putting 4 teaspoons of lemon juice in. Again, going to give us that nice, fresh, cool feel. And then I am doing a tablespoon of the Coastal Seasoning Blend. So again, Spice and Tea Exchange, Coastal Season Blend. This is one of my favorites. Of course, I have a lot of favorites there.
I know, there's so many good choices, it's crazy. Since we're only using a tablespoon for the salmon, that means there's going to be enough left over, so if you wanted to do the vegan version, you can add it to your sour cream or your yogurt as well. I still used a little bit of this to make my secondary marinade for a little bit later on, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that after the tofu cooks. Ooh.
Smells so good, guys.
It's almost like tzatziki, but better.
Alright, so we're going to just put this one in the fridge. Keep it cool.
Alright. So now we've got our beautiful tofu steaks, our broccolini,
Our beautiful salmon.
and then like I said, you're going to take the extra sauce in this pan and you're going to drizzle it right over top of that tofu. Little added bonus. And then just
Alright, and I just rolled a lemon, sliced it in half, just do a little drizzle over everything. Again, just spices it up, freshens it up for us. And now, it is time to bon appetit.
I'm excited. Broccolini is like one of my favorite things. Broccoli is also pretty high in magnesium, so if you're prone to migraines or if you're usually low in that electrolyte specifically, eating vegetables that are a little bit higher in magnesium is a great way to add it into your diet, because we don't just get everything by drinking supplements or liquids. Our body needs to absorb it through food also.
Right.
These. Oh, the capers smell so good too.
Guys, this is delicious.
everything all together. Oh my gosh.
Love it.
I probably should eat more potatoes for my macros, but I'm not going to steal all of them.
All right.
See our plates. We've got broccolini, tofu steak, and sweet potatoes here. I didn't use the cream sauce today.
Oh, I forgot the cream sauce. And here is the salmon. I will get some cream sauce out. Again, there's not much fat in this because I used all the low-calorie items as well as the Greek yogurt.
And Greek yogurt has a little protein in it, so you're doing yourself an extra favor by choosing that over sour cream.
Yes.
For this particular recipe, if I do make that cream sauce, I would probably honestly eat it on the sweet potatoes over the salmon, because once you taste the flavor of this, did I say salmon? I meant tofu.
You meant tofu.
Once you taste the flavor of the tofu, your whole world's gonna be changed. It's so good.
Yeah. Even the sauce on the broccolini, guys, really good. Mmm.
Oh wow.
All right. This is a keeper.
Yes, it is. So, when you go to the spice market, Spice and Tea Exchange, this is what we bought. So see a lot of pre-made little recipe packets and whatnot. We ended up choosing this roasted salmon, and then I gave you kind of a tofu option, but we used everything that was in this packet. So all 3 seasonings that we used today were in here.
Plus,
Your rub and your coastal blend. We added in this Greek goddess, but you could always add in the coastal blend or something to the broccolini, or you could just do salt and lemon. That's always a great option as well.
so do a field trip. Go down to Tea and Spice Exchange. Tell them Annalie and Fran sent you. They know me well there. And thanks for joining again.